She's got that look. She's got that style. She's got that conversation that makes you want to stay for a while. She's the all-American woman. Hi everybody. Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to take the discussion of nationality, race, ethnicity, and everything to another level and talk about race. We already talked about nationality. We talked about ethnicity. Now I want to talk about race. And what I'm going to do so as to make the topic more general is I'm only going to talk about race as it is recognized in the United States and also by the United States Census Bureau. And I found out a really interesting fact. But before I get to that fact, I wanted to first let you know what races are actually recognized by the U.S. Census Bureau. Now, there are 5. There is white, there is black or African American, there is Native American or Alaskan Native or Native Indian. There is also Asian. There is Pacific Islander or Native Hawaiian. These are our 5 races that are recognized in the United States. And I wrote them down this time just to make sure I got them, but I did. So, and then you might wonder, what do each one of these races mean? Or you know, how are they recognized? Now, so I'll give you some background again on how the U.S. Census Bureau recognizes these races in the United States, or how they're defined, I should say, in the United States. For white, a person having origins in any of the original people of Europe, the Middle East, or North America. Or North Africa. Black or African American, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. American Indian, Alaska Native or Native American, a person having origins in or of original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. So for those of you that didn't get that 2-part, you know, someone can be of Hispanic origin and also be of Native American origin, or I should say, because they are part of the Native American is considered any person or is an ancestor of a person or having origins of a person in all of the Americas, meaning North America, South America, and Central America. Okay, and then we go to Asian. Asian, a person having origins in and of origins of peoples of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. So that's a pretty large group. Alright, and then our last group, Native Hawaiians and other Pacific Islanders. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific Islands. Now, remember, we're just talking Pacific Islands. There are plenty of islands in the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, we know some of them to be part of Central America, but that's not the same. We're only talking Pacific Island. So those islands that are in the Pacific Ocean, those people on those islands are considered Pacific Islanders. Okay, so I hope that those definitions kind of helped you out a bit when discussing race and the 5 races that are actually recognized in the United States Census Bureau. The interesting fact that I wanted to share with you, though, was that the way that the Census Bureau asks people to give their race is based on a person's self-identity of their race, meaning that even though the races are defined by the Census Bureau and those definitions are given by the Census Bureau, it's still up to that person that is filling out the census forms to decide what race they belong to. It's based on self-identity. It is not based on ethnicity. It is not based on geographical locations. It is not based on anthropology. So, okay. And I'll just read what it says. An individual's response to the race question is based upon self-identification. For the first time in Census 2000, individuals were presented with the option to self-identify with more than one race, and this continued with the 2010 census. People who identify with more than one race may choose to provide multiple races in response to the question. For example, someone that's biracial, they may be of Asian origin and also Caucasian or white origin. And then they can check both boxes to show, and so that, a lot of biracial kids especially felt that for a long time they had to choose. You don't have to choose. And if you filled out the 2000 and the 2010 census, you would see that. And if you weren't sure, well, now it is. And I found all this information from the Census Bureau website. So you can go on there yourself to find it out. So unlike nationality, that is based on where you were born, and then ethnicity, which is based on your ancestors and where they came from. Race is a bit of both. It is based on, your origins, and it's also based on your self-identity. Who do you identify with as a person, as a human being, and your race? And, and I think that's a beautiful thing, because it's not so much pressure on someone now that they have to say, well, if I say I'm a certain race because my father is that race, and then they look at me and they see another race, well, that's not what the Census Bureau does. Now, that is not to say that it's not different when you're filling out an application for like school or work or things like that, where they also ask for your race. That may be something totally different, where they are expecting you to list your race based on your origins. And when I say origins, I mean your geographical or your ethnic origins. Mainly your ethnic origins. It's not really about where you were born. Your race really doesn't have anything to do with where you were born. That's more your nationality. Your race has more to do with your ethnicity and whom you identify yourself with. Okay, I hope this cleared some stuff up. If it didn't, please, and if you want to add something to the conversation, please put something on the bottom of the screen, and I'd love to talk more about it. Next time we're going to be talking more about culture, because I think that also plays a part in the American way of life. Okay, so thank you for viewing this video, and I will see you next time.